Welcome to the AlbionTV War Report, your source of live battle coverage featuring the top guilds and alliances of Albion Online. Today is the 23rd of November, 2021. I am your host, the Shozen One, and I am joined today by Robinhoodrs on the play-by-play and Bogul on the camera. We are currently on a 15-minute delay, so if you have reports of live action, guys, hit us up in-game. I'm on the Shozen One, and you can hit up Robin at RobinhoodGM.
We already have action here on Aqua Peach right at the get-go. No time to say hello.
No time. Well,
and
maybe because Aqua Peach's front line just got absolutely annihilated. His back line also just got torn to shreds. Switching to Angelique, as he's finally figured out where the rest of his Zerg was. We were planning on coming in on Angelique. A reject party here. The One Done Alliance going up against POE in Iceburn Firth. We'll get into why they're all fighting and who switched sides and everything else when we have a little break in the action, because Angelique is starting to dismount behind the back end of where POE just torn the boys of Bella Ella apart down there. Let's see if One Done can regroup and get a win under their belt, or they're just going to meet the same fate here. Skoyatao directly to their southwest side. Obviously, it's going to be a tight choke down here. If they can speed up and get through into where all those bodies are sitting to the west, I'm pretty sure there's a bit of combat looting happening over there, but Angelique's already trying to switch position.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to take a south approach here and try to wrap around a bit. This is going to take longer, but it may be more effective once he finally engages.
Yeah, and it looks like he's met up with the other group of Bella Ella that survived that engagement as well, so he's got more people to his east. We see off-screen name tags. We don't have it on screen, but POE are tucked away down in the southwest side in the canyon down there. It's going to be pretty tricky trying to work. One Done really need to mount up here, and they need to get that south vision angle if they want to fight.
If we head over to Syndic, we can see... Oh, actually, it looks like Angelique just got engaged on. Never mind.
Yeah, a little bit of back and forth. Both sides going to be taking casualties on this engagement. One Done, as I was about to say, do not have south vision angle here. POE definitely having the major advantage. They also, I believe, have a group coming around on the northwest side. You see the blob split off just a little bit. It just reconnected as well. That's going to be Ghost Up here. Angelique and One Done looks like they're about to get sandwiched. CIR coming in from the east. EQMS coming in from the southwest. Ghost Up coming in over the northwest side, and it's going to be GG here. Looks like One Done going to be able to get some kills off, but look at that, just
they got crushed there,
dude. And wow. Bella Ella just chilling over to the east side. Like, are we meant to cast spells here, guys?
Is this the POE that we're used to? No, it's not. What has happened here? These guys are doing really well today. We've been giving these guys a lot of grief about their ZVZ prowess as of late, but this has been some very well orchestrated ZVZ engagements here, and they're hitting them again from yet another side. This is whittling down One Done quite a bit. Very well done from POE and the multiple groups.
Yep, and I mean, One Done looking to restabilize here, look for a re-engagement to the western side if they can get anything. The command mammoth using a knockback there, but I don't think they have enough. It's a nasty little choke point here. If they had anything to hit onto that choke point, it would have been wiped out. But Skoyatao coming in over the northwest side as well. One Done living up to their name, but maybe they died in like two little engagements,
two or three. Yeah.
It's that was easy work here for POE in round number 1 in Iceburn Firth. We got 11 minutes until the territories can be claimed here, and I guess now as cleanup crew sweeps in and cleans up everybody else of One Done in the zone, we can kind of talk about what's been going on, as we've been away for quite a while and a lot has changed here, Shozen.
Yeah, it's been a wild few weeks, and we are seeing new alliances formed, people dropping out of their old alliances, completely just changing the face of the Outlands. I mean, Sun left POE too, Robin.
I know. Like, what? Who's seen that coming?
I did not.
I know, like, Sun got robbed, and then, like, what was it, a day or two after the announcement came out that Sun's leaving POE after 2 years under the umbrella of POE.
not just leaving either, like leaving on not great terms. They weren't allowed to even get their stuff back, Robin.
I know, and that boggles my mind. Like, how can you work with someone for 2 years? Like, something bad must have really went
Yeah, what
down, like
happened
behind
the
closed
scenes?
doors. Like,
Yeah, like we.
Hmm.
I have no idea what's going on, but I heard, Sun wanted to restructure their leadership a little bit and allow for some people to take some kind of break, and the CTA mentality of Albion had really grinded these guys down a little bit, and they just needed to breathe. And I don't know how that turned into we're leaving POE and we can't get our stuff back. Good luck, guys.
Yeah, from what I saw on Reddit, Frank was saying that it's kind of like the other way around, really, where a lot of the actual PoE guys that are still in PoE Alliance have way more stuff in their hideouts compared to Sun having stuff stored in like the actual PoE hideouts themselves. So
yeah, I could see that being the situation. Sun is a pillar guild in PoE. They were one of the stronger members of the PoE Alliance. You have, of course, CIR, Crimson Imperium Reborn, like the figurehead of the Alliance. Then you have Scoia'tael, Hammer and Sickle. These have been the left and right hand of CIR for as long as you can go back. And then you have Sun, who since they joined have been ever increasing their value to the PoE empire. And then the next thing you hear, boom, over.
yeah,
Not expected.
not expected at all. And then like on the other side of it, you had, was it IDC fold, and then they made a brand new alliance called FRAG. It's pull up currently. It has, who do we have? We have God's Plan, Pura, the one guild that I cannot pronounce, for Ren. I don't know if you help me with that one, Bogul.
I don't think it's German either. I think it's in German it would Fahrenwein, but I don't think that's German.
Yeah, yeah.
That sounds like a German word right there.
Yeah. So, not as big as they were last season when they were fighting the Sixth Alliance. It's 4-man guild, I believe, and that's it. I can't even search. I can't search. Hold on. I'm trying to figure it out. Why can't I search guilds?
I can't help you with that, Robin.
Because you're searching in the season rankings and they aren't there yet.
Yeah, I got it. And the other good was our one RPG one. There we go.
Okay.
So it was Pure, God's Plan, Faranenhain, and one RPG one. 896 total members, considering I believe IDC last season was like in the region of like 2 to 3K.
They had thousands. They had thousands.
Yeah, it was a lot.
They had thousands. They were literally thousands. And then, boom. So it's going to be interesting to see where those guilds drop out and reappear and how things go with that.
Well, currently, it's Pull Up and the boys are sitting on a Sun territory waiting to claim it in Sunfang Wasteland. No contest, obviously, coming from Sun, I don't think. And I don't know if FRAG are planning to join the war versus PoE, because we do have AAA and Surf all fighting PoE. So the war's kind of shifted. We still have the ongoing war with Black Order versus Nope and PoE. AAA reformed as well. That's another major thing that we didn't even talk about.
We didn't talk about it at all.
AAA reformed, and they have been banging like 12 UTC and 15 UTC. Those guys have been going to town, and the battle's really been going on against Arch. I mean, right now, Waterfuck currently own Red Tree, and Dove have a hideout inside Red Tree.
What is that?
I don't know. I don't even know how that happens, but it's happened. And like all these territories have been flipping back and forth throughout this off season. Territory launches back and forth, hideouts have been getting demolished, and now we're seeing over in Thunder Rock Ascent, Thunder Rock Drool, Flomog Fork, River Cob's Fount, and Darkborough Snag, that region where Scoia'tau's held on for so long, all of these are now under attack by Surf and AAA as well.
They're going to be... POE is at a very vulnerable stage right now. You just saw, like last season, some of the mid-tier guilds kind of venture out on their own. We saw the situation where Reject Party reformed after leaving the POE banner in Madness, and they joined One Done, and now they're pushing against Nope. And you see a situation where now Sun has left, and I've heard rumblings that others are thinking of the same, and I can totally understand why. I mean, there's other than what we just saw, and I'm going to talk about what we just saw. We saw the POE Empire just slap One Done in ZVZs. We have not seen them do that lately. We often talk about how they often feel like they're ZVZs of gatherers, and they're not timing their engagements correctly. They're not following up on multiple timers. That was perfectly done. That was multiple engagements really well called there.
Yep.
Like that was very well done.
Flanks perfect. I mean, rotation wise, I think the major misplay there was actually from Bella Ella and Orchid Peach and Angelique as well. I mean, I was watching from both perspectives. I was bouncing back between both of them, trying to figure out who's going to dismount first and fight. Angelique had his group with him, and then suddenly they carried on running with Bella Ella group. So the whole party for the Reject Party group just didn't have a shot caller. Then Bella Ella decided to dismount down a choke point in a ravine where you can just get bombed over the wall. We saw what happened. They literally got surrounded on all sides
and they got blown up.
Yeah. And then it was left with Reject Party trying to reposition themselves, didn't have South Vision angle at all, and POE just wrapped around and just sent them back to town in what, 2-3 engagements max? It was over in a flash. And these guys have big boy numbers as well. It's not like they were outmatched in terms of numbers. I'm pretty sure is near enough even. It was just misplay, unfortunately, from the shot caller's perspective, I think.
Okay.
And I don't know. It could be a one-off completely. This could be because this is the first time we're coming back watching these wars happen between these guys once again. That could have just been POE's lucky day.
Well, I
we'll have
don't
to
know.
wait and see going
I
forward.
feel like, you know, from what we have seen in the past, that's I don't want to say that it was, but it seems outside of what we had seen before, right? And then with the loss of what we've seen in the off season, you'd think that they'd be in a weaker situation to what they were even before. And now with rumors of, how do I say this? Like, the enemies of POE are returning, Robin. The historical enemies of POE are returning. With the cracks forming, with the group splintering off, with some very poor politics going on, I'm wondering what's going to happen with this war down south. This is going to be very interesting to see how many people join it. What does POE do? How does CIR perform? This is an exciting time, and we haven't even started really the prime of the season yet. That doesn't start till this weekend with Invasion Day.
Exactly. Like, all this is like setting the stage pretty much for season 14. Rumor has it, you know, like you just touched on, some guilds are going to be coming back. They took a nice little break. They seen the
they've seen what's out there, and they're like,
the
coming
forest,
back.
you know, the Amazon rainforest. They've seen it. They're like, yeah, nah, we're good.
Picturesque,
we'll come back.
but
Very pretty. It's pretty.
Yeah, it's pretty, but you know,
But it's also wet.
yeah,
A lot of bugs.
a lot of bugs.
Yeah. Snakes too.
but yeah, you know, they're coming back. They're going to be getting in on the action. I don't know if it's been officially said yet. I know they spoke to us. I think, I don't know. I'll wait and see. I'll wait for confirmation of what I can speak about until things actually happen. But It's going to be a good, interesting season 14, and that's not even without tomorrow's major update shows. And the Lands Awakened
We haven't even talked about
is
that yet, have
finally
we?
dropping. We haven't even
We haven't
spoken
even
about
said
it.
we're just talking about the politics of this, but I mean, it's all interconnected because the Lands Awaken adds a couple of features to the game that are going to really impact the world of Albion, the outlands of Albion, what happens out here in the war report and what we cover. First, the energy and the season points has been completely changed. The way that these things are achieved and who gets what for accomplishing what goal completely changes with Might and Favor. The energy goes right into the hands of the player. The season points directly reward the players. How they get the points is directly on the players themselves, with the guilds no longer even having control over the resources gained from these massive guild undertakings. Really moving that really puts like the vote in the players' hands, right? They're the ones with the power now. Like if the guild leader wants to get things done, now he can't just say, well, we have all these rewards coming at the end of the season, I'll dole these out to the people who really deserve it. No, now the guild members, the line members themselves, the ones doing the grunt work, are like, yo, you were paying these GVGers to get you season points now we want to get our points this way. This is how we want to get it, so that we get the points, so that we get the Might and Favor. That's going to change the dynamic. The HQs, Robin, indestructible hideouts that allow you to place down a hideout, stay in a zone, and not fear being kicked out in a weekend because some large army decides that they're gonna, cluster queue the hell out of you for an hour a day.
And with that as well, like the upkeep of said HQs rely on non-CTA time slot activity. You can just be roaming around the Outlands and you find yourselves a core that you can bring back to your HQ to keep up that energy level, to keep it indestructible.
Yeah.
It's like outside that. This is a major thing for me. This is what I'm most hyped for, is the fact that CTA timers are pretty much non-existent.
Right, they're not as important now. They're so, like, castles have lost their value. Territories have changed their value. Like, we don't know how territory war is going to play out in this, because I see some players always make interesting choices with the way that territories are going, with the high, like, being easier now to level territories, right?
Yep.
And that means that there's going to be more points in them at certain points. Now, as you scale up, the higher tiered territories will give more points than before even. I'm wondering if that's going to be an incentive to attack. Now, with that going to be one of the few areas where guilds themselves can steal another guild's resources in a way and get a big dump of points for themselves in a guild-controlled sense. It's going to be interesting to see.
It is going to be a weird one, right? Because
but
the whole way that season points worked before the update goes live tomorrow is 1 season point equals 1 siphoned energy.
Right.
That's being removed. The guild econ is getting stripped down to the bare bones. So if you're in a guild that does ZVZ regears, I would expect you to be paying a hefty tax bill per silver pickup going forward, because there's legit only 2 ways a guild can make money. And that is, 1, doing Ode White, which has also been changed dramatically. It rotates spawns between all the resource world bosses now. So it could be a lever one, it could be the fiber one, it could be the ore one, it could be the stone one. It's like, you just don't know. And then the other only way to get a major clump of income is castle loot on a Saturday. And that's it. So expect taxes to rise back to what we saw probably before we saw ZVZ regears, and that was what? Like normally back then it was like a good 20 to 40% guild tax. Like that was like the standard back then.
It's common, yeah.
I would expect that to be up in the 50 plus now. But it's, I don't know. It depends how the guilds
you
ran,
gotta
right?
get
Because
your
laborers
guilds
are getting
out there.
nerfed.
Yeah, well, I think that you're gonna see. So, I think we're gonna see a transition out of that CTA timer, because the resources and rewards have been spread out, And we're going to see those guilds no longer saying we're going to be here at 3 and 6 and 9. Instead, they're going to say we're going to be active during these hours, and we want you to be here, and we're going to prowl. And you scour your territories for all the cores and crystals and high tier mobs that you can, so that you can grind out those resources and silver drops and reward chests and those big important drops for your guild, because boosting your towers and boosting your hideouts improves the way you can make money. Oh, we actually have action on Angelique over here. If you head over right now, we have Nope versus One Done, Reject Party versus Angelique. And we'll get back to this discussion in just a moment on towers and resources.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Some nasty action kicking off here. Both sides going to be taking casualties as we come into Timberslope Bridge here. This territory was under attack. It did get claimed by Nope. But 2 hideouts are under attack in this zone. One on Final Shield. It was only a level 1. And yes, Echo Silence is in.
Is it Nope?
They're in Nope. Yes, they've been in Nope for a while.
That's just so weird.
Yeah, I know. But I do know why EOS did join Nope. I can touch on that after the fight as well. But Cluster Q is activated here, and I don't know if Nope are going to be getting backup here from POE. But it looks like Wandun are trying to get their positioning set up here. They have Bella Ella to the east. We got Reject Party over here on the western side that we're currently on. And Nope are holding defensive position. I do see a group also flanking around on the northwest side outside of the territory. Just going to be a back and forth for the time being. Defensive just getting popped as both sides trying to get some picks here in the territory. It'll be a back and forth for a while, I think. No one's going to go full steamrolling. Nice little shutdown there by the Grail Seeker of Echo of Silence. Garage door, definitely shutting the door down on Reject Party's engagement there. Nicely done by him. He may have even paid the iron price for that one. I think he did die.
Ouch.
But he did stop the whole entire engagement coming in. And I believe the Grail Seeker is getting touched upon. A little bit of nerf coming in next patch, I believe. I want to say so. Oh, look at this. Nope giving up the western angle. It's going to allow Reject Party to stream roll in. And coming in from the western side, some big engagements happening. And there's a nice little deletion. Nope just giving up that whole entire western flank. Permafrost going to connect, but it's going to be fine for the boys of One Done because, the heals are down, the Judicators are down, the cleanses are down. Re-engagement coming back in here. There's a little bomb squad trying to pick off some members of Nope on the wall.
Is also preparing to attack as well. I believe he's getting ready. He just dismounted. Cluster Q is active in Sunfang Wasteland.
Alrighty, it's all kicking off here. One Done pushing Nope all the way back to tower as well. It looks like Angelique going to be taking the wall, maybe? Oh, sheesh. Looks like he is. Wow, Nope getting destroyed here.
FRAG. It looks like they're going to be fighting against FRAG over here. If FRAG does the mount and gets ready, it's God's plan.
Uh-huh. Okay,
these guys just knocked down one shield on the hideout in Sunfang, so that's why they're here.
Okay.
Alrighty. Okay. And Nope going to be getting the full brunt of Reject Party here still in Timberslope Bridges. This is going to be coming down to an end pretty soon. I believe the hideout that was on Final Shield did get deleted as well. Yes, it's gone from the map here in Timberslope Bridge. The other Midnight, the Midnight Guild hideout here, 4 out of 5 shields still up and able to attack. Nope cleared off the territory. Angelique and the boys of One Done getting their victory in. Now they're going to put their main focus onto that hideout over there in the east, I believe. Let's hop onto its pull-up then. In Sunfang Wasteland, territory is theirs. It's a level 1 tower, so nothing too crazy in terms of guards. Nice defenses coming down here as POE try to engage over the walls. Getting a little pick, but nothing for them at all.
Nothing serious, yeah.
Gonna be a bit of a back and forth. Was it Scoretel's hideout here? Lost a shield, like Bogul did say. Okay, so we were questioning if FRAG were going to be getting involved in the war, and it seems like they are. if they're going straight for Scoia'tael's hideouts here already, oh boy, interesting. But I don't know if all these groups are working together or if they're just, you know, kind of like what we saw in the past where, you know, like they're like not officially working together. They would just go for the same goal.
Right. Yeah.
But if they saw each other out in the open world, they would still fight each other, right?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. I'm sure its pull-up may hit me up afterwards.
Wow, these are some big names over here for CIR. All the big names out. You have Blondie, Wales. A lot of those guys, big names are out there today.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's got to come up, right? Because POE are in a state of war. And when that happens, you know, the Horn of Gondor gets sounded and everybody comes out to play.
There's some other recognizable names out there for POE as well. Doing well. All right. Getting the guys out. Getting a lot of the big players back. Hiho out there.
Good to see Hiho out and about. There's like Ghost of one member coming in with a big Galaclap into the backlines. Luckily for the boys of FRAG, defenses were down pretty early, and the resets are going to counteract that that Galaclap coming in. Still, POE slowly just trying to edge their way in here, trying to find themselves a little way in. I believe over on the eastern side as well, there's going to be another group of POE working their way in on that side. I believe Arca Peach and the boys are No. It's not Arca Peach over there. I would have to go check it out real quick, actually. Who's over here on the east? So it's Scoia'tael over here on the east. I got us a POV for FRAG, though.
Okay. There's still a little bit of a battle going on in Timberslop. I'm trying to keep an eye out for when that really re-engages, because the teams are they're doing their ditty dances, as it were.
Yeah.
And it does look like they're marching right down into the heart of Nope here. One done, gonna give it another go.
Yeah, over on the east as well, Scoia'tael slowly getting beat back here. I put the name in chat for you as well. Looks like another wave of FRAG coming in, just trying to hit the front lines. They're going to secure themselves another kill or two. Scoia'tael looking for a re-engagement, maybe? Nope, nothing coming out on the re-engagement for the boys of Scoia'tael. FRAG doing well to hold defensive position here versus a massive force of POE, but I mean, FRAG aren't messing around. They got a level 48 disarray debuff for themselves anyway. And they're only 4 guilds, remember? So they're pulling some massive numbers at the moment.
Doing well.
It's pull up on the west, though. It looks like POE slowly edging their way in. CIR is going to be the major factor over here, along with their rogue natives, I believe, and EQMS working alongside them.
And this will be a good challenge for POE after what we saw them do earlier today. I want to see if they can pull that off again, as we know that God's plan here, they're very, very competent.
Yeah, I mean, both groups know what they're doing. These guys have been battling it out for a long time. It's definitely not their first rodeo, that for sure. I mean, FRAG's coming fresh out of a war versus 6 that they were victorious on. They did claim Sandmount Ascent off them. Look at this nice engagement coming in for POE. Are they going to get hit with the return? They are. The permafrost coming out, but it looks like POE have figured out what defensives are finally. Very nicely done for POE, soaking up that return engagement, something that we've, kind of talked a little bit of trash about in the past, of figuring out what defensives their abilities are for.
But they're doing well. They're doing well. They got some of their vets back. They got their vets back. They're doing well.
And that was a nice deletion right there.
I was going to say the other engagement has gone live up there, and I believe that Angelique is just wiping those guys out right now, just hunting down Nope members.
Yeah, it looks like FRAG may be broken here. POE on the western side looking to edge their way in. FRAGs need to do something, but look at this Scoia'tael streaming in from the east, as it looks like that eastern group of FRAG just completely gave it up. Defensive for the territory will be coming into effect now. FRAGs, I do not think they're going to be able to come out victorious on this battle, because Cluster Q is still activated. These are POE's main zones, remember. Returning for them is literally like a map away.
But it's a level 44 still for its pull up in the boys. So they're not, it's not like they don't have members right now. They have enough to fight back. These are enough that you can fight back at against any odds right now. 44 is enough.
Yeah, and they need to find the weaker side in an engagement like this. Look at EQMS. They're setting themselves up to be the group that engages over the top of the tower here.
Yeah,
so
they
that's going
can't
to be
be
constantly
clustered
hitting
up
the
in the
back
top
line.
here. This is a death trap here. Being up on the tower like this with no way out, I hate this. I hate it when guilds do this. I'd rather see you walk around the tower, use one side, then the other, back away. Don't put yourself into a position where you can get hit by 2 or 3 sides at once, just like is happening now. There's not enough defensive area for you up here. You're going to get hit. There's no place to back out. There's no chokes. It's just walls, and they're not effective at defending you. They're too short.
Yeah, and it looks like they're trying to find something here, but POE have so many different groups split up here, all different cooldown settings. Compared to frags right now, it's probably going to be 1, maybe 2, if that, and they're just going to be soaking up these engagements constantly here. The DPS going to be rotating in wave after wave. Look at this, bombs over the walls from all sides. POE should be able to clean this up probably in like the next 1 or 2 engagements. I don't see frag coming out victorious. They should have focused on one side straight away.
Had to make a movement, yeah.
Squirtle come crashing in. EQMS going to be re-engaging over the wall to the northwest side any second. It's Bullock trying to find something.
Still 40.
It's not going to find anything.
Still 40 on the disarray debuff. So it's not like they're completely without members yet. They are just having a hard time finding a position. And I got to tell you, I hate it when I see people up against this tower. It is a death trap, Robin. There's just not enough space for you to get away from your opponents. They can run against the walls and hit you from all directions, and that's what's happening here.
29 disarray. It's gone.
Wow, that was brutal. Oh, nice re-engage. If they could just finish any of those guys off, they could make it count.
Yeah, but it's over. Look at those dead bodies lined up on the tower. That's going to be a disgusting battle board here. POE coming in once again victorious on the war report for our first war report back after our break.
2 victories. 2 victories.
Yeah, 2
2 impressive victories, we should say. Both well earned.
Yep. Oh, wow, that's a lot of dead bodies.
That's a lot. Arch is going to show up from that.
Going to be coming out of nowhere. Well, going forward, I mean, we're going to have to wait and see to who actually shows up to these. I mean, if frag, AAA, surf, and maybe those guilds are coming back once again, and also one done go up against POE all at the same time, all at 1800 time slot. POE are forced to spread out a lot more than they currently are at the moment, and it will allow the group that's attacking POE to actually secure themselves some victories, and objectives in terms of towers and hideouts. But at the moment, it was legit just 2 groups. It was only one done and frag that masked up today. It wasn't surf and it wasn't AAA, even though that they had attacks on the towers. They didn't mass up for the actual fight. So maybe they're just testing the waters here to see what it's like. I don't know. I don't know if anything official has been confirmed, if anyone's working with different people. Like, if anybody's out there that's in frag or AAA or one done or surf want to confirm who's working with who against this POE group now, I would like to know. So
I'm wondering what's going to happen with, like, you just mentioned it. You just said surf.
Yeah.
Surf has a huge opportunity here. Like, if they can just declare a nap with Sun.
What?
What, you don't see that?
It's-
Like, you
I
don't
don't
see
know
that
if
as the option?
Sun,
Like, I would
sun
see
and,
that as
and
the
surf?
barrier between
Sun and surf.
Sun and surf, yeah.
Is that a meme?
That sounds like an alliance right there.
A meme alliance for sure.
Yeah, that would be
Against POE, sun and
Yo, that would be interesting if
I mean,
Sun
well,
just
I wasn't
started
thinking
rocking
a
up.
full alliance there. I was just thinking that Sun just lets, surf through. Like, that's been the barrier, really, has been the Sun borders, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when I think back, it's always been Sun and Surf banging heads, and every time things got a little hectic, you would see either Arch or POE come in and kind of save the day. Now, does Title just take advantage of Surf not having that backing, and do they, just wash right over them and take over the lands, or do they, make some sort of agreement and say, why don't we look more at who our historical enemy has been, rather than just the people who are given lands next to us? I don't know.
I don't know. It's going to be a real interesting season 14 going into it. Remember, Invasion Day is this Saturday when season 14 kicks off. We will be covering all the action leading up to it. We will be live throughout this week. Obviously, Land Awakens hits Albion tomorrow. There will be a 4-hour-ish maintenance time. It was confirmed on the forums. Obviously, or you guys got a daily show today? You have, right?
Yeah.
We'll cover some of the PSAs later today at 19 UTC. We'll talk about some of the important things for tomorrow. Stuff like that. So you can do some last minute testing on a test server. Still, there's a bunch of things changing in the world of Albion, right? There's a bunch of new maps that have a bunch of effects. If you have a hideout, if you have open world furniture, for example, that gets moved around because of how things change.
Yep.
So we'll do like a little roundup of important things you should know for tomorrow.
Because they did some final changes today to the HQ placements as well. I saw that get posted as well, that people may not be aware of. So make sure you check the forums or stick around for the daily show coming up at 1900 UTC. But yeah, tomorrow going forward, it's all going to be hands on deck here on AOTV leading into the invasion on Saturday. Both EU and NA coverage will be happening. We've got 20 versus 20s coming in as well in the 5v5 Crystal League action. I believe Thursday there will be a Crystal League show for 5v5s as well with Tazik.
Actually, I totally forgot that's Thanksgiving. I don't think Tazik realized it was Thanksgiving either.
Okay, scrap that completely. Scrap that idea. That's
I think
happen.
Yeah, I just realized that I double booked for Thanksgiving here. Yeah, I get out at a 3. I'll be able to go to dinner. Not if we're doing a crystal match afterwards.
I don't think the wife would be quite happy with that.
Nope. She would definitely be unhappy with me.
All right.
Yeah. I got to make a turkey.
You gotta get that.
Eat it. Well, I'm just gonna be eating a turkey. I'll be honest. I'm not doing any cooking. I'm at work all day, so I'm just gonna show up late and eat all the turkey. But
Nice.
I'm already late.
I'm jealous.
I know you guys don't have that over there, do you?
No.
No.
I was gonna say something.
But you guys don't
I
have an
shouldn't have said
Indigenous
something.
Peoples Day? No Indigenous Peoples Day for the British?
No.
They
They
sort
just
of-
conquered half the world. It's
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, yeah, couldn't you give thanks to all those indigenous peoples who made Europe such a great empire for all those centuries?
That's not on me, is it?
And I'm just saying.
We don't have that either here in Germany. So
But you guys didn't invade the world,
well,
Well, okay.
let's not
I'm
go
sorry.
there.
just Europe.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's get out of this part of this. Let's move to something a little less controversial, like
Pixel Wars instead. That's better.
Yeah, Pixel Wars.
Than
We were
real-
talking
yeah.
about how the towers and stuff were going to be changing with the bonuses, and how that will really change the way that the guilds view the territories themselves, right?
Yep.
Because there's going to be associated bonuses to those leveled up towers that might be worth engaging in war for now, because it's not about that season energy drop. It's about living in the territory and getting the bonus from being there and owning that tower and making use of those lands around you.
I can't
You can
believe,
get-
Robin, how quick Shozen turned that around.
I know, right?
Professional. I'm a professional. You're trying to derail it again, Bogul. I see
I
what
am
you're
not doing
It's like-
anything here. Yeah, towers, Lands Awakened. I think, everybody's hyped, I think, for tomorrow. And there's so many new things to explore, and it's going to be a big week. It's going to be a big week for Albion, and so many new systems to explore as well. So not only will we see a bunch of shift in the combat meta, but also like in terms of how social meta shifts, like how guilds are organized and what guilds fight for and how guilds fight. So that's it. It's truly like Albion. I'm going to go and say like 3.0 instead of 2.0.
3.0.
Because
Queen.
Yeah.
Queen was 2.0.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it completely redefined the way Albion was played.
Right.
And I expect, like Bogul, that we're going to see a new redefining game change element. Like the way that you compete for the black zones is going to change.
For
the
the
way that you
season.
progress through those the power structures in the Outlands is going to change drastically. Is it going to be a situation where we see the mid tiers really rise up and gain control of large sections of the world and pull their own spaces away from the empires? Or the empires find another way to take over? Will they find a way to gather up these mid tiers and really find a way to encourage them to work together in a passive blue donut? What will happen?
Do you think Dove will make their thing in Red Tree HQ?
Yes. Yes.
Did
But,
they?
are they going to be able to make it
ranking?
stay alive? Are they going to ever? Yeah, are they going to be able to keep it alive? Though would be my question.
I mean, they
So
need
they
to
got-
keep it alive until tomorrow if they have the points.
Yeah,
No,
and it's
not the
two
hideout. Not the
shields.
hideout. The HQ itself. How do you you have to continue to be able to bring back the energy to the HQ to keep it
Right,
an
right,
HQ.
right.
That's what I'm talking about. Because it's gonna be in Red Tree. The zones 6 deep around Red Tree are controlled by Arch. If you have to go out into Archlands and gather your own energy cores and bring those back to your HQ while on the map in freaking Red Tree, good luck. Like, I would think you'd have a better chance of defending that thing all natural during the prime times.
Content, at least.
I mean, looking at it, you got to remember as well, you can get into Red Tree after the next patch via the static dungeon because it's going to have multiple entrances linked to
Yeah,
it.
but getting through
and
a
you
static dungeon to get to Red Tree, like to
It's
bring an
possible,
army
dude.
through a static dungeon, is not an easy feat.
Wait,
to
can
get
you take
through that
what?
without
Can you
getting
take cores
noticed?
through static dungeons?
Yeah,
No, well, maybe you can take cores through.
I tested it. You can.
Okay.
Hmm.
But I'm just thinking you'll get noticed. I think
Yeah.
moving a large group through a static dungeon will get you noticed just as easily as moving through the overworld, and in a much slower movement speed because you're going through a dungeon. Like, you have to deal with those mobs in the dungeon. It's just a slower way of going through. Can you do it? Yes. Will it be the most effective way? Remains to be seen. Is it a point of discussion? Oh, hell yeah. It'll be interesting to find out what happens there.
Yeah, and it's going to be real interesting. I mean, the war that's been happening as well, AAA launching onto Arch and that back and forth there. I just checked the AAA Alliance. Not many of those guilds actually performed in the Energy Surge season. Dove do have enough points, I believe, to set that that hideout to a HQ, but the other ones do not. But with the change that was announced today, during the season, if you get to the certain rank that's required, I believe that you can then make your hideout a HQ.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's another drive to, one, go for season points this season now again. And then two, trying to build that base of operations directly in the heartland of your enemy for AAA versus Arch. That's going to be hella interesting. I can't wait, dude. Like, covering this is going to be so hard. Like, because it's outside of CTA time slots now.
Right.
And the cores, which will be a major factor for the guilds to actually take and hold and use to their own advantage to keep their HQ status and deny the enemy their energy as well from it. Like us trying to cover that's going to be hard. That I don't know how it's going to happen, dude. It's tomorrow's war report shall be interesting indeed. It's going to be an
Absolutely. Yeah, it's
experience
going to
for
start
all
kicking
of us.
off. As it goes deeper and deeper and deeper, it's going to get more and more interesting. Tomorrow, we're going to have to, I think, look for HQs. Like, notable HQs.
Figure out who put an HQ somewhere.
Uh-huh.
I think that's going to be an important part of tomorrow's show, as opposed to just following the wars that are going on, because it might be a quiet time. This week might be a little quiet in the war report, but there's a lot of politics going on. There's a lot of intrigue going on, a lot more reporting than just viewing of war.
Indeed.
Can you see HQs on the map? Robin, do you know?
What's that?
Can you see HQs on the minimap?
So
can you distinguish between HQ and non-HQ?
I think you just have to hover over it.
Okay.
I would guess so. I'm not 100% sure actually.
I think we'll figure out tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, tomorrow's going to be a wild day if we end up with 400 HQs around the world.
Let the games begin.
And people are going to have to go get those cores to keep them alive.
Yep. Content.
And I guess we're going to talk about those cores again in a little while, Robin, on the Daily Show. We're going to go over a lot of the news, a lot of PSAs, get everybody ready for the week of news ahead of us. It's going to be a good time. All right. But Robin, is there anything else that we need to remind these guys of before we get to the next show? Something that you work on? Anything that you deal with?
Yeah, the YouTube channel.
Oh,
You can go check out all our past content here from AOTV over on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/AlbionTV. Oh my God, dude, it's been that long. I actually forgot what the YouTube channel was called. Over on youtube.com/AlbionTV, where you can find all the 5v5 20 versus 20 Crystal League coverage, along with all the war reports and Invasion Day battles. We got the daily shows, and we also have the interviews. But if you're looking to listen to the interviews, maybe in a different format, say MP3, so on the way to work, on the way home from work, on the way to school, who knows? You can. Where can they find that content to, Shozen?
you can find it over on soundcloud.com/AlbionTV, or any place they listen to podcasts by simply typing in Albion TV into their search bar. If they do that, they will be greeted with over 100 interviews featuring some of the most interesting and charismatic individuals in all of Albion Online, as well as members of the Sandbox Interactive development team. So if they like the histories of Albion, the stories, the politics, or just want to know how the game was created or how it is maintained, head over to soundcloud.com/Albion Online. Oh, shit. Albion TV.
Hey, it's the first day back from a long break. Okay,
God,
it's fine.
Robin, you had to do that to me.
All right,
Doing
guys.
so well.
I know. It's going to be real fun. Stick around for the daily show coming up in T-minus 15-ish minutes. Some gold codes will be given away during that show as well. But until then, have a glorious evening, everybody. Adios.
We'll be right back.